It's a very delicate subject. Let's talk about taking our power back. Okay. So, one of the questions that people often ask after coming out of a relationship, be it a narcissist or a toxic relationship, is how do I begin to heal? As you guys know, I'm very transparent about my journey and how I've been through the process myself. And so, therefore, I'm talking to you guys from experience, not just book knowledge. I'm talking to you from experience. And so, what I wanted to do was share with you guys probably 3 tips tonight about how you can begin to heal, and maybe some of my process of what I did. Of course, I wouldn't tell you anything that I didn't do, but I'm going to share some things with you tonight on how to begin to heal. As you know, those of us who have survived these relationships, we come out very wounded, right? Especially if it's a narcissist, we come out very, 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 very wounded, very confused. It's like we got hit by a truck. It's like, you don't see it coming, and next thing you know, you're just here, you're just existing, and you have all this pain, and you don't know what to do with it, and you don't know where to go next, and you don't know where to turn, you don't know who to turn to, because throughout the relationship, you were already turning to various people, right? And doing various things, and it just wasn't working. We just ended up right back where we started. And so the reason why I decided to do this video is because I want you guys to be able to move forward in great energy and know that you absolutely can do it. I'm a witness that you can do it, and that you can move through the process and get your power back. Because at the end of the day, that's what you want to do. You want to empower yourself. You do not ever want to give that amount of power to anyone, right? So that's the reason why I'm gonna kind of venture off and do more of healing videos, because we've already talked about what the narcissist is, the what his whole plan looks like, the effects of being with a narcissist, how destructive their behavior is, and how it affects us. So let's talk a little bit about healing. I want to talk about when you are trying to heal and get over a toxic or a narcissistic relationship. Now, this could be an intimate relationship, or it could be a friendship. It could be a familiar friendship. In other words, it could be within your family as well, and you're trying to get past that betrayal aspect of the relationship or friendship. And this is true for males or females. So, it's not gender specific, but because I'm a women's empowerment coach, I speak to the women. And so therefore, I'm going to be speaking using the term of the female. So the first thing you would like to do, first of all, what I would like for you to do is give yourself permission to forgive yourself. That is so very important, that you give yourself permission to forgive yourself. A lot of times what happens is that we get into these relationships and we walk away so broken. And we're so broken that we don't, we start to second guess what we've been through and what we've seen and what we've heard and things like that. And we beat ourselves up. Well, we know the plan of the narcissist is for us to beat ourselves up. We already know that, right? Because we've talked about that. So we walk away from the relationship and we're broken and we're hurt, and we start to think about shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and had I done this differently, then he wouldn't have, or she wouldn't have, or had I walked away, then this, I wouldn't be like this, or had I not given him access to all of my financials, I wouldn't be broke, or had I not moved in with him, I wouldn't be homeless. It is so many factors, so many things that depending on your situation, and you start to overthink in your mind over and over and over, because at this point you don't have anything but time, right? Late at night, you're sitting and you're thinking about, had I done this differently, then perhaps, right? And so while you're in the process of doing that, what happens is you're not forgiving yourself. You're spending a lot of time calling yourself names that the narcissist or the toxic person has taught you anyway, right? They put that energy on you, so you begin to believe that you are who they say you are, because that is their goal anyway, is to make you feel like you are no good, you're not worthy, you're too fat, you're too skinny, you're too ugly, you're too tall. I mean, anything they can think of to disempower you is what they're going to do to make you feel less than. Because remember, the disorder caused them to what they want to do is make you feel less than, because they feel less than. So they're going to project that energy onto you. So when we walk away, we feel that way. We feel less than, we feel too ugly. And you may have done anything and everything that they have told you to do to make them love you more. You may have lost weight, you may have gained weight, you may have cut your hair short, because remember, they're always changing what they want, how they want to see you. So when you hit that mark, they're going to switch it anyway. So you're never, ever, 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 and I've said this before, you're never, ever going to be good enough for this person, because they live in a fantasy world, right? They're always going to triangulate you. They're always going to put you against something, whether it's another female, whether it's money, whether it's their job. They're always going to triangulate you with something to make you continue to hit a mark that one doesn't exist, and two is absolutely impossible. So I have to say, I have to remind you of that. So when you walk away or you're discarded, they've moved on with someone else, then you start to feel bad. You start to beat yourself up, right? And then you start to remember, probably what some of your friends told you. I told you not to get with him, and I told you, and we told you, and this, that, and then it further deepens the wound, because then you feel foolish. Then you're also humiliated, because what you thought was going to work out, what you worked so hard on working out in your relationship, it didn't work out. And now everybody's looking at you like, wow, what did you do? Or, what's going on? And of course, in the meanwhile, he's already went and told your family and friends that it was you, right? So then you have that to deal with. So you're beating yourself up because you didn't go on a path that you thought, or you didn't follow your intuition, right? Remember, your intuition is the greatest thing that God has ever given us. We as women, I'm going to get back on that for a second, but we as women have one of the greatest gifts in the world. We have intuition that is so strong. I mean, we literally, as mothers, those of us who are mothers, can tell if our child stops breathing in another room. That is the greatest gift we ever had. And so when we get in these relationships and these red flags pop up and we don't follow them, it's not a good thing. We have to follow what we know. We have to follow what we know. But so getting back to forgiveness, the first thing you need to do is forgive yourself, right? You have to forgive yourself, because if not, you're going to stay stuck. You're going to stay stuck in that cycle. You're going to become depressed if you aren't already. You may develop some codependencies, and we certainly don't want you to do that. It's so many things that's going to happen. You're not going to give yourself a chance to live again. You're going to stay stuck, and you're going to get up every day, and you're probably going to be depressed. You're not eventually down the road after you heal going to date again, because you're stuck. And what we don't want you to do is get stuck. That's the enemy. We do not want you to get stuck. We want you to move forward. So you absolutely have to forgive yourself. You have to say, hey, I'm human. I had an experience. It happened. I got through it. And if you haven't got through it, you're going to get through it. There's always tomorrow. There's always someone out here who loves me as I am. And I don't have to change anything about my beautiful, wonderful self. I have a beautiful soul. You have to self-talk yourself. You have to remind yourself that this is not the end of your life. It was merely just a chapter, right? And it was a learning experience. I mean, understand, as long as we're human, we're going to have experiences. We're going to live. Some of us are stuck where we don't want to live, and we won't take the chances. But hey, I mean, you have to live. You have to live. You have to make choices. You do what you know best at the time, right? And then when you know better, you do better. Whether it's today or tomorrow or months down the road, the whole goal is to do better. Those of you who are joining me for this chat obviously want to do better, right? So you've already connected with your higher self, and you already decided that this is not what you want to see for your life, and you want to move forward. So the most important thing is to forgive yourself. You're not dumb. You're not stupid. You're not any of the negative things that you're telling yourself or that someone is telling you. It is certainly, absolutely, 100% not true. Do not accept that energy from anyone. Do not tell yourself that. I am is very powerful. The words I am loved. I am enough. I am wonderful. I am. You're not perfect, but you want to be authentic, right? So speak positive words into your life, over your life. When you hear those little voices that says you're not good enough, and that you are just a screw up, or you don't matter in this world, it's so not true. Do not listen to that. That is lower vibrational energy that's coming in to really throw you off of your wonderful path that God has designed for you. And the narcissist is very, very good at that. So thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and please comment. Anyway, I love you guys, and I will try to post another video as soon as I can. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.